Well, hi there. Thanks for tuning in. This video, let me just tell you, I'm going to start off by saying I'm not looking forward to this video. Not too long ago, I did a video about my weight loss journey. And that one was easy to film because it was really nice to talk about how I lost my weight and things that I learned was so exciting. The books that I read, I mentioned those in the weight loss video. But it was a wonderful journey. So this is my weight gain video. This is how I gained it all back. And I don't care who you go to, what trainer you see, what diet you partake in, what protein shakes you want to drink, or what vegan or low carb, or I don't care what diet you follow. Let me tell you, the things that I have gone through are things that nobody can prepare you for. Talk about throwing a wrench in my weight loss journey. So my weight gain journey, well, started since childhood, but I'll spare you that. So my weight gain journey started right after, technically I can pinpoint it started when I got COVID in October of 2020. But I'm going to backtrack a little bit to when I was feeling my absolute prime, and that's when I got my breast reduction in 2018, summer of 2018. And so after the summer of 2018, after my breast reduction, which was the ultimate reason I was really, really, truly losing the weight, I felt amazing. I was cooking. I learned how to cook. I didn't eat sugar for 3 years. Literally. No sugar. I cut out all processed foods and finally got that breast reduction. And let me just say, side note, he did liposuction on the side. I told you that in the last video. And that hurt way, 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 way more than the actual breast reduction itself. But I highly recommend liposuction. That was awesome. Anyways, so I got that breast reduction and life was good. I didn't have any cravings. I'll be honest, like, I was at a point where I was feeling like I had conquered nutrition, if that makes sense. Really, I didn't have any cravings. I was cooking my own meals. My portion sizes were decent. I just had no cravings for sugar. I could go anywhere. You take me anywhere, and sugar did not even faze me. I can't explain the psychology behind that. Because for the first time in my life, I felt like I conquered nutrition. And I'll be honest, I was even getting a little cocky about it. To where it's like, hey, I finally got nutrition in order, which has been a struggle my whole life. 3 things I feel like I suck at my whole life. 3 things that I feel like I've never been able to conquer. Nutrition is the number one. I just never, my whole life up until I lost that weight, never been able to conquer nutrition of all the diets I've tried in the past. Until giving up sugar, basically processed foods, if you will. The 3 things that I feel like I never conquered: nutrition, finances, which I've gotten tremendously better at that. That one I'm pretty proud of. I've done well with that, but I'll talk about my situation. That's a struggle too now. And then the third one's my love life, and that's an ongoing process. Let me tell you, I definitely haven't conquered that. No clue in that one. Okay, so you get it. All right, so at that point, I was like, man, I had my ducks in a row, and I was feeling good. It was almost easy. Eating was easy because I enjoyed it. Food tasted amazing. I have to point that out. I could taste again. I would literally eat an orange, and that was like the biggest treat I've had. That was my highlight of my day because that was the sweetest thing I ever tasted. And this is a good thing. I promise you this was amazing. I can't even explain how amazing an apple for a treat was to me. But that's truly the point that I got to. Then, basically, I have to point out, like, 2019 and the quarantine and all that crap, I did allow some new things into my diet, such as chips and salsa, man. Shout out to Mi Casa. Just saying. They know my chips and salsa love. So, yeah, I did allow myself to have some chips and salsa. What was something else? I introduced, like, a little bit of rice and a little bit of grain things. Bread very sporadically, but never sugar, okay? I want to make that clear. Never, ever sugar, not outright sugar. So I did get more relaxed. I'll just go ahead and say my highest I've ever been, I'm 5'2", was 250, and the lowest I ever got down to was 170 for like a minute. But still, that's the lowest I've ever been for my frame. And trust me, I am very muscular too. I'm chubby, but man, I got some muscle under here too. So I'm stocky. My bones weigh more than the average person, I feel like. Anyways, I'm just built stocky is what I'm saying. Then, all right, so here we go. COVID, October 2020. I am what you call a COVID long hauler. So as I'm filming this, it's the day after Thanksgiving of 2021. We're 13 months out since I've had COVID. And I still can't taste or smell like I used to. I lost it completely 100%. And it slowly came back over this 13-month span. But I'm saying I think I taste things at like 50 to 60%. In other words, I taste about 60% of that food than I used to. So imagine that your favorite dish you've ever had, you know, whatever you like to eat, and then only being able to taste 60% of that now. Or some things just taste really bad to me. Some things I just can't even taste at all. And it's weird stuff. One weird thing though, A1 sauce for some reason. I always had the taste for that. I don't know what it is about A1 sauce, but I always could taste that. And I will post a video of when I was 100%, couldn't taste anything. I ate a hot wing because I was wondering, is it the hotness that like you no matter what your senses and all that, or just can't handle the heat? Or is it truly just a taste thing? Because my taste buds were whack, okay? So I'll post the video. You'll see the ending of what it is. Is it physical on your tongue, or is it just a taste thing? Watch that video. Anyways, so all the food that I used to cook, didn't care. Because why should I care? I can't taste anything. I did eat healthy, I will say. I didn't do any sugar or anything when I couldn't taste at all. I even ate some of Remy's dog food, man, just for laughs, because that's truly how it was, man. I could not taste a darn thing. So, as taste came back, so this is why it's hard to talk about, because it was awful, you guys. The only thing I could taste was sugar. Now let me explain. I hadn't eaten sugar for 3.5 years at this point, and the only thing that brought me any sort of satisfaction through this COVID and my taste being so messed up was sugar. Because if, let's say, you know, at that point my taste was really bad, so let's say normal food tastes like 20% of what it averagely tastes, I can't get satisfaction out of it, taste-wise. And so I turned to sugar, and sugar wasn't just 100% flavor, it was like 200%. It was like intense. It was like an orgasm in my mouth, man. It was the most flavor I had experienced. I cannot explain it. It was like a chemical explosion in my head that just, all the dopamine or whatever was just, sugar was the only thing that relieved that. It's a drug, man. It's a drug. Sugar is a drug, and it's in all of our food, you guys. It's just every processed food. I don't care what. Pretty much if it comes in a box, it's got sugar in it of some type. Because there's like 56 different names for sugar anyways. So, but anyways. So of course I didn't cook that much. I ate sugar. And I went through different phases. I went through like a cinnamon roll phase where that's just all I ate. I just make a big old thing of cinnamon rolls. And that's what I would eat. I'm serious. German chocolate cake phase. Yeah, baby, I'm German. So, and I'm not kidding. I would eat an entire German chocolate cake in 2 days by myself. Man, it was a drug, you guys. I don't know how else to explain. I've never experienced this. I hope you please stay safe from COVID. I don't wish this on anybody. I want to point out too that I also worked in the COVID unit, and I have a medical license. I'm not a nurse or a doctor, but I do possess a medical license. So I work in the medical field, you guys. I'm a sleep technologist. I work with obese people, predominantly obese people, because sleep apnea is that. So I understand weight gain and obesity more so than the average person, because not only do I live it, but my patients are, that's what I do for a living. So, let's see, I'm trying to think of other phases. Oh, ice cream. Oh, yeah. Oh, gallon of ice cream in a day, no problem. I switched flavors. I must say I'm kind of in like a carrot cake roll phase right now. But, oh, I know another phase I went through, and this was real, man. This was intense. I've never been a big cake icing person. Honestly, I've never been a big cake person in general. I would choose cookies or brownies or something over cake. But all of a sudden, I certainly don't like cake icing. I'm the Cool Whip icing person, not that butter, whatever, cream icing. I don't even know what you call it. But let me tell you, after getting COVID, and I wanted to stick my face in a tub of icing and just it was that intense, you guys. I don't wish that anybody. It was awful. Sugar is a drug. So of course I gained weight right in the belly area where that's proven to store there for you. So I gained that weight back. So now this leads me into my next phase. I need a drink for this. Man, oh man. April 2021. Okay, let me backtrack. I've had technically 3 back surgeries since the age of 18. I was born with bow legs, so we think that my bow legs may have played a role in my back problems. Yeah, I'll tell a quick story. So I wore those braces like Forrest Gump wore in the Forrest Gump movie, and he's running. I wore those braces, you guys, and I couldn't bend my knees. And so my brother, being 4 years older than me, and you'll meet my brother later. Jake of all trades, man, he's awesome. But he noticed that I couldn't bend my knees, so he would stand me up and then push me over, and then stand me up, push me over, stand me up, push me over. We love each other, I promise, but our childhood was full of stories like that. But anyways, all right, so we think that that's why I had to have my first back surgery in general, is because being born with bow legs, I didn't have some horrific accident of any kind. Anyways, but 18, back surgery, and good Lord, I was invincible. Man, you can, I went downhill skiing 6 weeks after my first back surgery at 18 years old, so does that even count? I don't know. And that was not a fusion. That was just a discectomy. So he cleaned out the ruptured disc, but no fusion at this point. And then fast forward when I was 30. So in 2010, I literally was handing out candy on Halloween, and just started a big bowl of candy. I had one kid come up, turned my neck to the left, and I felt the worst pain of my life ever in my whole entire life. It was like I don't know if it was, but it felt like the cerebral spinal fluid was like flowing down into my left shoulder. And it was, at that point in time, it was single-handedly the worst pain I've ever experienced. And it took him 2 weeks to diagnose me, and it was a nightmare. And I ended up having 3 screws in the front of my neck. So that was my first fusion in 2010. Okay, anyway, all right, so now, April 2021. I had been having some back problems for a little while. I mean, my back's always bad. I just always have to be careful. Even though I play sports at this point and everything, and I'm extremely active. I have to explain at this point, I'm still very, very active despite numerous back problems throughout my life. But technically, the worst part happened when I tripped over Daisy, my white French bulldog. Not this little guy. Is he even in it? I don't even know if he's in the camera. Remy? Here, Remy, you want a treat? So you can see my Remy. Here you go, hey. Anyways, so I technically tripped over the bulldog. And it was so unremarkable. It was the least intense fall, if you will. Okay, have you ever been like, you know you're going to fall. You know you're going to lose your balance. but you like have time to adjust yourself. I had that moment where if I fall to the left, it's just like the wall and there's nothing to catch me. So that's where my momentum was going. If I fall to the right, I'm going to have to twist myself, but I'm going to land right there on just the arm of the couch and it'd be just great. So I was able to make the choice to twist myself and go to the arm of the couch, and that is what essentially just my spine exploded, is the way I describe it. So I caught so it was the most unremarkable fall ever. And to be honest with you, the first thing I did after that, I didn't go to the hospital that night at all. The first thing I did, though, was call my softball coach and tell her I couldn't make it. I couldn't pitch the next day. We had practice. Softball season was just starting at this time. It's April. So I'm like, I can't pitch tomorrow. I'll be at the practice, but I can't pitch right now. My back is just whack. So that was fine. But anyways, and then that very next day, I show up at the softball practice. I mean, I can still walk and stuff, but I'm miserable. They'd hit a ball to me, like I was just standing there as a spectator, and I couldn't even pick up the ball to throw it back to him or nothing. I knew I was going to the hospital. It's just a question when, where, why, and how. And so anyways, I did, and I spent a week in the hospital having a lower lumbar fusion. Basically, my L5 is fused to my S1. So, like, my back is fused to my ass, if you will. It's basically like a cage almost, like a cube or a cage in my lower back holding me together right now. And they say that it takes up to about a year to recover from my type of surgery. Of course, they don't tell you that right out the gate. They're like, just do your best, you know. I'm not knocking my doctors or anything. I had good doctors, and I had an amazing surgeon, by the way. I was screaming his name in the ER. Speaking of the ER, when I was there, so keep in mind, it's April of 2021. COVID's still bad. The hospital is just full as hell, and it's chaotic. And I fully remember being in the worst pain of my life for approximately about 12 hours, screaming. They didn't have a room for me, so I'm in the hallway of the ER, laying on some weird. They finally got me a gurney because I was in some stupid funky chair. And, the patient with back pain. You know what I mean? So I'm screaming in agony for 12 hours straight in the hallway of the hospital ER. And I don't know if you've ever experienced that kind of pain ever in your life. I certainly hope not. But the room closes in on you, and all you can see is like right in front of you, and you can't communicate. You don't know what's around you. It is so awful. I don't wish that on anybody. That was single-handedly, and the reason I was in agony for 12 hours screaming was because they could not get my pain under control. I don't know what it is that I'm not a pain pill person, really not a pill person if I can avoid pills for anything. But I just wasn't responding to anything. Later, after I was discharged, I talked to the original ER doctor, and he said that they gave me enough meds to tranquilize a horse, and I didn't respond to anything. So the surgeon has said that, not to bore you with all my back surgery crap, but this is it. This is my story, man. This is why I'm here. The surgeon said that basically a large chunk of my L5 had broken off and was crushing the nerves down to my left leg, and particularly my foot. My left foot I still can't wear a normal shoe on my left foot. But check it out though. I got some pretty sweet Cincinnati Red slippers. See, I can't bend. Whoa. And the worst part, oh my God, was that same chunk of disc was also crushing my bladder while I was in the hospital. So a pain from everywhere, from my back, from my leg to my back to back to my back to my bladder. That constant urge to urinate, and man, that was miserable. So yeah, hospitalized for 7 days, and I've done the physical therapy. I've done you name it, and then all of a sudden, want to backtrack real quick. After I came home from surgery, I mean, the walker and you name it, that was an adjustment. Not being able to wipe your own ass. Yeah, so another problem that they don't tell you about surgeries like that and hospital stays. So if you've ever experienced a long hospital stay like that, be prepared for like this incredible fog. That's the only way I can describe it. I was telling people, like, you get a 3-question max. Don't ask me questions. I can't make a decision. I can't think like analytically. I'm an artist. I'm a creator. I have a very creative brain. I always have. I mean, I have an actual art degree, and that part of my brain, oddly enough, was just on fire. Like, I was just creating art constantly. I mean, think about it. I'm sitting there every day, all by myself, with nothing but my own thoughts, because I can't move, I can't do much, and I've never had that moment to myself. I've never been able to just think and sit and ponder, because I've always just been working, especially third shift, running sleep studies, and just go, sports. Again, a very active life. So that's what helped me design this Moody Blue Studio. Is just, this is art to me. Of course, I got to do all my video editing from my couch because I can't sit at like a desk or those chairs for a desk and all that. So, anyways, but the cognitive issues that I have now, I still have. Like, I don't think, I mean, I don't need like home care or anything, like home health care or anything, but the 2 things I struggle with the most are cooking, feeding myself, believe it or not, even though I used to be what I considered, conquered in that area, well-versed in cooking and nutrition. Now I suddenly can't cook. Tried to make spaghetti once, and I'm just looking at the counter like, what tools do I need to make spaghetti? Like, my brain just can't do that. I would constantly leave the microwave on, put something in the microwave, and forget about it. I tried boiling water once. I don't remember what I was making or trying to make, but I boiled some water, and then I walked away, and I don't know what I went and did. I went outside, I know that, and then I came back in, and was just walking in the house and was like, oh yeah, I'm boiling water. And then I would go to run to the kitchen, run to the stove, and I realized that I never turned the stove on. I did put the water on the pot on thing, and just never turned the stove on. I'm going to tell you a story that just happened about a month ago about my cognitive issues that are just awful. Again, driving and cooking. So driving and cooking are my 2 hardest things, because driving, I will actually, I can't drive very far because I can't stay focused on the road. I mean, I literally got to remind myself that I'm driving as I'm driving. And the weather has to be good. I can't do it at night because I have to very, very, very focus and buckle down. It's very difficult for me. So, a story that just happened about a month ago. And this story describes everything, right, that I've dealt with cognitively since being out of the hospital. And we're not sure if COVID plays a role in it, but it could. COVID fog, COVID brain. I don't know if it has a term yet, but I'm definitely a COVID long hauler. Then, with addition to being extremely medicated for a week, and comatose at sometimes, because I had surgery and all that stuff. So, I work myself. I'll starve myself all day long, just so I don't have to make the decision of what to eat, what to put in my body, because it's so hard to make things. I can't do the multiple tasks that go into cooking right now. It's too much, and you got to stay on task, or right. It's not like cleaning your house where you can kind of sweep a little bit here and do some dishes over here and do some laundry over there when you feel like it. So I can clean my house, but I can't, like, a task like cooking is like, you got to stay on task. Um, so I worked myself up to go to Subway to get 2 subs. This late in the day now, I'm like, man, okay, I'm going to drive to Subway, which is not far from my house at all. It's not even a mile. It's very close. So I was like, I'm going to get me a turkey bacon sub. I like that. And then for tomorrow, I'm going to get 2 subs because one's going to be for tomorrow. And then I got today and tomorrow. Boom, done, taken care of. All right. So I did it. I drove to Subway. Go in there. I order the turkey bacon sub. And she's starting to make it. And she says, what do you want for your second sub? And I said, I want the a meatball. And she goes, oh, we're out of meatball. All right, now, here's where it... Oh, man. I was like a deer in headlights. I didn't know what to say to that. I'll be honest. The absolute first thought that went through my head was to run out of the store. Like, I'd rather run out of the store with no food, even though I'm starving, so sandwich less, and run out of the store and continue to starve than make a decision about what I want to put in my body food-wise. And that's when I knew that, I mean, something's wrong cognitively. It's very hard to function. And I ended up, by the way, to finish that story, I ended up just like pointing to something, and then she toasted it or whatever, and then she's like, what sauce do you want? I was like, I don't know, what sauce do you get for that? And she says, well, this or that. So she gave me like 2 different sauces, and I ate it the next day, but whatever. And then I couldn't decide what sauces to put on. I can't make decisions, man. It's too much. Oh. So I'm working right now. So now it's November 2021. I'm like 7 months out from that back surgery, and I'm trying to work now with some because I'm really trying to get my nutrition in order, but when you can't cook and the only things you can buy are like quick things, and then I still have the sugar thing going, guys. Jeez, I still need my baking goods, and I'm not proud of that, but it is what it is. It's the tastiest thing I can eat. So I'm trying to work with some meal delivery services, and let me tell you, if I ever get my 1,000 subscribers, which, by the way, subscribe, like this video, you got to get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube in order to become monetized or have people sponsor your videos. So yeah, just saying, hit subscribe there, and I might start getting some sponsors because this is my life. I'm living it. Let me tell you, I would be a good candidate for your sponsor. You know who I'm talking to. Meal delivery service. But I still can't cook it. I attempt to, but I've definitely had a lot of help with people coming over and helping me, from family to friends and you name it. So I have help. With driving too. It's slowly getting better. I still can't wear a shoe though on my left foot. Like, the heel is, anyways. So I don't care what diet you partake in. I don't care if you're a bodybuilder or you're just born perfectly skinny without any weight problems. Whatever you are, nobody can prepare you for this. Let me tell you too. I'm in that limbo stage of, am I disabled or not? Like I said, I'm 7 months out from my surgery, and they say it takes a year with the type of surgery that I had. I am now 42. When I started this journey, I was 41. But nobody can prepare you for being disabled at 42 years old. Nobody. I went through several stages of almost like mourning the loss of my career. 18 years as a sleep technologist. I'm very proud of that. If I never work again, I'm very proud of my career. It's been a wonderful career. Again, we don't know. I could heal. Like I said, only 7 months out. So I'm in this very limbo phase right now where I don't have all the answers at all. And probably the worst part of all, though, is um, they dropped my insurance. I have no health insurance right now. I've been doing that whole game. You got to do the footwork to get this form and that form and this form, and then I was told I don't qualify, and then it's a nightmare what I'm dealing with, and then I don't have the cognitive ability to filling out paperwork, and that stuff's a nightmare for me. I can't. So I've had to get advocates. I've got wonderful friends and wonderful support in my life. I'm very fortunate for that. But this is still a nightmare of not knowing and grieving the loss of something that really defined you for a long time. It's humbling as hell, man. It's been humbling as hell. And so some advice, if I can give some advice. If your job offers you insurance, take it all. Take it all. Aflac, do it. That because technically I tripped over my dog. It's a true story. So yeah, man. My dog paid me back for her $4,000 surgery that she had to have when she ate my CPAP machine. So yeah, she paid me back. Aflac. It wasn't Aflac. It was a different brand. I'm not. Anyways, whatever. You get the point. So but to not be able to work, to not be able to do the things that you love, sports. Oh man, I can't do nothing. I couldn't clean my gutters the other day. I couldn't. Mowing my lawn is awful. It's been a struggle, man. I don't wish this on anybody, and nobody can prepare you for this. So I don't really have any other advice. I think our system's just really messed up. Why is our health insurance tied to our job? Why? I remember opening my first paycheck from Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah, my first job was Chuck E. Cheese. I was Chucky because I was like 5'2", and I fit like right in that costume. I was a really good Chucky. I'm just saying. Anyways, I love that job. I was a blast. But it's probably why I don't want kids now. Not gonna lie. Anyways, so I remember opening up my first paycheck from Chuck E. Cheese and at 16 years old and thinking, why is my insurance tied? What? What's this got to do with anything? And really, because the first thing that happens to you when you are injured is you can't work. And so now and by the way, shout out to my employer. They've been fantastic. This is not ever a rip on them, or it's not them. It's so much bigger than them. It's our system. Our whole entire medical system is just ridiculous. Why is the medical system for profit? Because it shouldn't be profitable to keep people sick, make money off sick people, and then worst of all, keeping them sick makes even more money. I'll get into those videos probably more with my brother, Jake of all trades. So, anyways, so yeah, that is how I gained my weight back, and let me tell you, it's humbling as hell, man. I feel like a failure in a way, but I've tried to channel this energy into what you see here, and to use my creative brain to, if I can help someone to do this show and to reach out, I want that to be my legacy, man. That is bigger than me, and I have a lot more to give to this world. I just do, man. I'm over the weight gain. I'm fine with myself now. The cognitive problems are what I really struggle with right now, and that's really hard. So I can't play sports. I can't work. I can't do anything right now other than use my brain to do my art and give back to the people that I love. So thanks for watching this video. I was right. This one wasn't easy for me. But, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Oh, hey, editing Jen here. I just wanted to add one more thing. So all that hard work I did to lose that weight to get the breast reduction, well, fortunately, I gained all that weight back, mostly in my belly. So what I'm trying to tell you is, the girls still look good. Oh yeah, thankfully. I didn't gain it back in the boobs. I worked too hard for that. Know what I'm talking about?